Esther Space provides an expose on topical issues by experts for everyone on health, economy, technology, humanity, security, art, and culture. Esther Space, a platform that promotes equal opportunities for everyone, irrespective of ethnic, gender, social, cultural, or religious backgrounds. Join Esther Nsom live every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and other social media. Esther Space, a platform by the people for the people. Racy, exciting, incisive, and analytical. Join us. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Esther's Space. It is always my pleasure having you on this platform, a platform for the people, by the people. Thank you so much for always keeping the appointment. I am absolutely thankful. Now, today we will be taking a bold step into fashion and fame. And what's more exciting about this is the presence on this platform of an iconic entrepreneur, philanthropist, and movie star with unthinkable talents and achievements in the fashion and movie industries. Additionally, his relentless and unstoppable support for and generosity toward the disadvantaged populations across Africa and the Sahara further puts him on the spotlight. One thing that you need to hold on to about him is he is a highly gifted, and highly talented young man whose belief in himself is extraordinary and whose outstanding achievements as a fashion designer, Nollywood actor, and humanitarian further justify this belief. Stay tuned. Here in the studio with me is our honorable guest, Mr. Ngwefuni Max Igna. Mr. Ngwefuni, you are so welcome to Esther Space. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Esther Space is an honor for me to be on this platform this pretty afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Ngwefuni. Can you kindly tell our viewers who you are, where you come from, and how you got yourself into the star you are today?
I am Ngwefuni Max Igna. That's actually my name. I'm a prince on the northern part of Cameroon. Um, I was born and raised in the royal home where we are so many of us. You have to always believe and dream of becoming so greater than others, which is not a competition. But I know that I was born great. I was born to become a star. I was born to become famous. I was born to become who I am today, which I'm still fighting to be more better for myself. I'm a humanitarian because I was born being a giver through my late mother. Yeah, so rest in peace. She trained us how to be giving and never to take anything personal. Whether someone insults you or someone does not insult you, all what you're going to take is that we are all immigrants on earth and we one day will go. And our legacy will be the way we treat one another and the way we present ourselves towards one another, being having a misunderstanding with them. That's who I am. The stardom is something that is natural. You cannot force it. When God say yes, I have to take His word. No one can say no. And everybody, human beings, have his own destiny. And your destiny gonna come the way it's supposed to be. That's who I am.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Ngwefuni, for sharing that with me. You know, I kind of picked up this from what you just said, that you are from the northern part. Do you mean northern of Cameroon, of Nigeria, or northwest of Cameroon or of Nigeria? Because somehow, when I saw you the first time, I thought you were from Nigeria. But somehow I've been kind of confused whether it is actually Cameroon or Nigeria. Can you kind of precise that to us, please?
Actually, my dad is a king of the northwest of Cameroon. My mom has a relative. My mom was all ran away from war and came to the Cameroon, and they were not actually Cameroonians. They has a relative from Delta State, which is in Nigeria, and while my dad is actually a pure Cameroonian, pure born Bafanchi. So my mom actually grew in that village, become a Bafanji woman because they ran away with the parents for war and they got settled in that place. So most people knew that I'm a Nigerian. Why? Because I'm in the I'm Nollywood industry. So, but because of my dad, I have to reclaim my country, which is Cameroon, where I was born. So that's pretty much what.
Wow. Thank you for that position because I was really like getting confused about it. Now, even before I go into asking you about your attachment with Nigeria, the first time I met you, I noticed that you were this people's person. Number of friends you have is baffling to me. You know, I happened to attend one of a fashion night in Washington D.C., and that was my first time meeting you. And come to think of it, even though it was my first time meeting you, the way that you approached us, because we were in a team, 1,000 African women, the way you related with each and every one of us, it was like you've known us for years. And I started thinking maybe that's why this number of people just flowing in, people from all out of state, out of the country, coming into that event. What is your secret in making friends? Making friends is not an easy thing. It's a nightmare to some people. How do you do it?
I'm original. Just be original. Original mean do not fabricate someone who you are not. I can never be you, and you can't be me.
That's right.
Friendship become being truthful to yourself to let people know. Most people will not believe in you. Most people nowadays believe in lies and pretending attitude. I am original. I, I, I present who I am. I don't present someone else and tomorrow somebody else. But nowadays, people want you to pretend to be someone else in front of them for them to like you. But I present myself to you the way I am, the way I was brought up, and the way I still live. Like character is like pregnancy that will never run away from someone. You can know somebody with no seconds. So I present myself towards anybody that comes in my zone, in my circle, as I am. And that's pretty much why I gained a lot of great friends, like 1,000 women. Those are great women with a lot of, a lot of greatness. And they fall in love with me and they flew from France, New York, California, Florida to come to support me in 2019, which was a massive turnout. It was almost a 1,000 guest population. So that's pretty much how I relate with people. And one thing with me, I think that people love to see that I don't talk about you to another person. What discussion we had remain between the both of us. I don't take it to the third party. And I don't transfer enmity to the next person. If you're not talking to someone, you will not relate me not to talk to that person because you're not talking to that person.
Right.
That's the I one I don't take. And pretty much when I see you coming towards me to make friends, we are friends, and you try me to hate Mrs. Esther some because you guys have misunderstanding, then our friendship will not last. Because my friendship with Miss Esther is different from your friendship with her. That's pretty much why I have great friends in the high categories.
Amazing. Someone I want to ask you about
Yeah.
your friendship with the Nollywood actor uh, Zach
OG.
Oji, this icon, how much he holds you in high esteem, and how he flew from Nigeria at that time during the event I attended to come to Washington D.C. to support you. What is that bond that you have with him?
Um, I had this question again, so much coming in my inbox. They want to be most people calling me, young youth calling me to be their mentor, to be their role model, to advise them how you can keep people in that category into their circle. They want to get to know it. I told you that I grew up from a poor background. My mom was not rich. My dad actually was not rich. It was my dad was actually a low class king. We did not have too much money, but he was the most greater when it comes to characters. He was most best person when it comes to characters. I know people value money more than character these days, but more characters last forever. Money do not last. So I value character than money. Uncle Zach took me in as a son when we first met, and I showed him how respect can be accorded, can be given to an elder. I listened to him more than telling him what is to be learned, and that's why he has taken me like his on. We are like friends now, not even an uncle to me. He's like a friend. When I speak to him, he listen because I've gained the respect, I've gained the confidence for him. That's pretty much where I put my link to be a responsible man and stand the way I am and be a helper to the young youth. My esteem with Mr. Zach is something, it's a bond that is being built by God. That's the love I have between me and Uncle Zach.
There must be more than that you do to the people to deserve that
Um,
kind of trust. Yeah.
I support a lot. I support a lot. I listen. I have an ear of listening. Every, like my dad used to say in parables, every goat want to go under a tree that is cooler, where he can lie down without no noise, without people chasing him away. That's how human beings are like that. We are like that. Human beings run under a tree where it's cooler, a tree where they can listen to their situation. They can feel the pain they're passing through. That's the type of person I am. I have that heart of listening to people. I have that heart of thinking and feeling the pain others are feelings. I had that pity mind where I can pity about a situation. I can have that feeling that, oh, this person is passing through this. Let me struggle to help. Even this one, let me just help. Even I don't have money to give, my word can actually calm that person down. That's pretty much. And when I go to an elder, uh, I support that elder. I stand with her. I stand with him. I make it to feel present. My present that I'm here for them. I don't just come there for a reason because most are days that people come towards people because of a reason. They want to come and benefit something and disappear. But I don't come towards people because I want to benefit anything. I want to come to you as a brother, as Jesus came to us, as Jesus make us to be his children. And that's pretty much why I'm coming close to each and every one that I met on the street. I've accommodated a lot of people in my house here in the state. I don't know them. We are not related. We are not from the same village. We are not from the same, career. But I accommodate them because that's what we need to do for one another on earth because we are here for a moment and the next moment will not be here. So what is your legacy? What do you have? Human beings are more better than having money flew over the house and you don't have people to speak to. Not everybody gonna love you. Some people would actually hate you naturally. So they don't want to listen to you. But the world has more than 5 billions of population. Who do you choose to be around you?
You're a young man known by many for your dynamism and multi talents. That's one thing that a lot of people know you for. Dynamic young man, multi talented. Now, I would love you to share with our viewers how you became a fashion designer. Let's start with that. The fashion part of you. Tell me a little bit about that journey. Tell me about your achievements as a fashion designer, some challenges that you've come across, and what your next steps are.
It's a very tough question, and I will go with it because being a fashion designer is not a one morning thing. It's a long process, something that you have been dreaming when you are a kid. I started being into fashion when I was 9 years old. They were calling me the palace as a mad person. Sometimes I would gather all my clothes from my room and bring it outside and just put it like on the sun that I can drive and trying to sun them. So my mom would be asking, "What's wrong with you? Why are you sunning all your clothes?
Are you losing it?
Are you losing it? Are you okay?" Most people were thinking that I'm mental, I had something like mental problem or something. But that's exactly to show that that was a passion that was already in me. Even when we dress in the palace, the prince and the princess have a place that we celebrate every evening dance. They call it every evening dance.
What?
And I will be coming there different. I wear my own shirt and I bend the hand. I bend the hand. Yeah, to be different among everybody. And everybody was dancing. My own step, the way I dance is different. I want to dance to be like more best than myself. So that fashion thing has already been in me. So I actually develop it and grow with it. Fashion is something that I was born with it. I didn't force it now. Most people are becoming inspired because of my way of doing things and they want to be better for themselves. Even though some would not tell you that I got into fashion because I saw you and I got inspired and I wanted to be a fashion designer. I was born with it. Fashion into challenges. I had so many challenges when it comes to it. Why? Because I actually launched my line here in the US in 2015, where I have close to 800 population. I took a little hall. There was no space. See, the crowd, I would send pictures of that to you. There was no space for people to see when I launched that line. I did not have enough money. A child like me, having no elder brother, no elder sister who can sponsor you, or an uncle, or a godfather who has money that can actually give to you to do business. So I started in the lower key, which is a bit hard for someone who does not have help, who is managing by himself. So I started with little outfits to prove to the world what I can offer. God says, go for it. Go for it. You never know your helper can come from someone that just keep. Like today, I'm talking on your platform because you have so much respect for me. That's why I'm on your platform. And that's pretty much how fashion is all at. The challenges now in this zone is that everybody wants to be a designer. Who is the stylish? Who is a designer? To sell is hard. Why? Because everybody sell in the different prices. They buy in the different country, different land. There's some that are not actually designer. They buy and they put their name in the jacket and sell. Yeah, like for example, if you see inside my jacket I'm wearing, you see that's my design on the jacket I'm wearing. Ngwefuni fashion.
Wow.
And so people don't know understand exactly how it works. So challenging is so much into it because the world is getting developed. The technologies and all that has made things different. So every day you have to bring out a different strategies that will attract the crowd.
Right.
Because if you keep on wearing the old fashioned, people will not actually. But sometimes the old fashion comes in just to distract people. But the new fashion is what the youth want to see.
Right.
Most age people don't want to get to buy all the tight fitting pants now. The youth want to because that's the new fashion now. So you have to always keep onto your standard where people have to buy from you. So that's a challenge. Another challenge was that I did not have the finance, to be honest. I did not have the money to actually establish a beautiful store, a beautiful place where people are going to come and visit. I was selling my house. I was selling the house, I'll carry in the car and go around. I'll go live on Facebook, advertise, and people will see they like it, they'll call me to bring it to come and deliver it to them. That's what I was doing, and I was making a living out of it. And people, that's why I actually built a marketing career. People know that even now, people call me from everywhere for me to come and deliver to. It's not me asking where is your shop, where's that. They want it because they already know about my brands. They just want me to build more again. But which I'm praying to God to give me more finance so I could have a more better place where people can come and sit and have a glass of wine and actually look what I'm doing and they
Right.
like it. But I know that with no time, God will make it happen.
Amazing. I mean, your story is it's touching, and you mentioned a couple of things that I kind of picked interest in. Um, when you were growing up, and you had that, you know, that part of you that was always pointing to you being a star someday, a fashion designer someday. You know, if your dancing steps and all of that, and the pulling up of your sleeves in a stylish way. You know, I noted some of these things the same day I'm telling you I was in Washington, D.C. for your event. The dance steps, you know, you no, uh, it was it was heartwarming watching you on the floor, and I couldn't believe that that was the person that actually organized that event. The way you danced, it told me that it was not just coming from there at that time. It was like coming from somewhere. And I'm glad to learn from you that this was actually something that you grew up with, you
Yes.
know, because now it's beginning to dawn on me that those steps actually are natural steps that I saw you put up that night in Washington D.C. It was a great show, I'm telling you. And you've been in Nollywood for a while. I see you with those iconic Nollywood actors and actresses, and I'm curious to know here, are your next steps, you know, holding on more to the Nollywood, or, you know, upgrading or pumping in more resources into your fashion?
What I'm trying to do is that right now, um, in business, being an entrepreneur, in business, you have to always build the brand. Like now, my brand has already been built. What I lack somehow is something support that I need, which I know that God will make it happen. Um, my brand is already been known. What I'm trying to do is now is just to establish the business more bigger, so people can actually get a space to come in. Because a lot of people want to come and get a space to check at it, but
Right.
because I have a little space, I don't bring some kind of category men or women like you to come in where you will not have a place to sit and have a glass of wine for me.
That's right.
So I'm working so hard, praying to God to send me the support that I need so that I can grow the business to be more different than what I want now. Because the upgrade I've had now is more bigger than what I can do. I have a different design called again in, which is a twisted of Sinet. It's an outfit that have not been out yet. People
Oh
call
my
their
God.
signature, but it's a twisted of Sinet. It's a different style of outfit. I've not launched that yet because I'm working onto a project where I have to build up the finance first. So when I launch it, it's gonna be an open air location where people could visit it. No, it will be an open house where people come in and look at the designs and get their own color what they want and go out. I'm working on that in the back door. And for my acting career, my movie that is streaming that I've not acted because of COVID is Obina, The Father's Heart, which is a true life story. It's a very village movie. It's not urban. It's not glamour, but it's a village. What speaks about our life, what actually people go through before become better in life. Patient you can be to be a better person. People rush this day much and get themselves involved into trouble or die where it was not their time. But that movie speaks to you that if learn to be patient and wait for God calls. And that's the movie I acted in November 2019 before the COVID-19 came out. So the another project that is coming is a wave project that's going to be very huge, and which you know about a little bit. I told you about when we are trying to get more information. I told you what we're going to shoot here in the US and
That's right.
back home. And that's pretty much where I am now. My movie and my fashion remains. None of them is disappearing. They will remain because I've built the ground And because I built a brand being an actor, most of my colleagues want to wear my brand. As I wear it, I like came everywhere my suits. Tricky, the BB Ninja House of season 5, wear my outfit, and one of the season 6, which is Boomer. Boomer is a friend of mine based in New York. He's in the house right now. If you go on my Instagram page, you're gonna see him. We are so best friends. He's wearing my outfit actually in the house. I have a Nigerian artist who stay here who called Pardon C. He just
Right.
launched a movie video. He's putting off my outfit on this movie video.
Oh,
Because of they see me to be one of the colleagues and they're trying to promote the brand more and more.
amazing. Amazing. I am not surprised for anyone promoting you or supporting you because it is it is so obvious what you do, how you touching the communities. You have touched on something that I was going to be moving straight onto, which is you as an actor. You see, I had a chance to watch a little bit of Obina, and I was moved. I was definitely moved. I'm kind of curious. You came up with that movie. I don't even know how people put everything together to realize the whole movie, like the one you realized with Obina. What was behind Obina? What's the hidden truth about that?
The hidden truth about Obina is that I have an uncle which is very, very, very difficult and wicked. Yes. It is very hard. Listen. When I was a young kid, I had passed my common entrance, my first school living certificate. I had to struggle to go to school. I treated me and asked me to leave. I left. So that movie is a true life story that speaks about how people go through situation and become better tomorrow. It's why they did that to them. Obina is a true life story. The true life story. Actually, the title is The Father's Heart. The Father's Heart is actually the title. That's what it means. The meaning in Igbo language is Obina.
Oh,
Meaning of Obina means the father's
the
heart.
father's heart. Okay, now I begin to understand.
Obina is the Igbo language, but the meaning of Obina is the father's heart. So that's pretty much why Obina. We planned Obina for almost 2 good years before we shoot that movie in the very interior part of Nigeria called Ogota, where it was very tough. Nobody even knew where I came from. Nobody was. That's why people knew that okay, I'm a Nigerian because the way I acted it, you'll never differentiate me from Nigerians or different land. Because I actually give them the script and I acted as an Igbo boy, a suffering Igbo boy looking for greener pastures. That's pretty much what Obina is all about.
Oh my God. Yeah, now I begin to understand what is actually going on in that movie because when I watched it, I can see why that movie has been selling like wildfire on YouTube and other social media. I am wondering if you are planning to come up with another one right after this.
Before I go to that movie is a spiritual movie. Obina is spiritual. People don't know that. That movie actually projected my face into the industry. About all the little movie I've been doing, no one's actually realized I was an actor until Obina came in. Obina is projecting all over West Africa, Central Africa, on African Magic Epic. It's showing every weekend. That's what project. If you sit and watch to the end, part one and part two, you'll be crying. That part that you're going to sit and cry. How people are suffering. How family are being killed because of properties. So what we are planning that we are look into the world and see that women are going through a lot of domestic violence. There are some women that are passing through a lot of situations that you don't know what they're going through. It's just the roof that is covering what they're going through. So the next project gonna be fantastic. You're gonna speak the real true life and reality of this world. And that's what's gonna happen. I just pray people that are having all those same situations, you should not watch and cry because it's a very devastated topic. It's a true everything that I am passing. Being an actor, I'm not acting for romantic. I'm not acting for just for fun, but I'm acting to pass out the message into the world. That's pretty much my passion. Is to send out that message out to the world to know that no matter your situation, things can turn around. Things can actually turn around. I've witnessed women being beaten, being drawn out of their home, suffering in the streets because of what the husband did to them. And that's why we are bringing that to the world to see that we are all human. We should be treated the same, equally.
The interesting thing about you is how much you have in your hands and how much time you still have to devote to thinking about humanity, just acting out some of these vices in our communities. It's something that can go a long way to heal and to even just create awareness within our local families where the children are left to suffer the fate of of what adults do, and even looking into domestic violence, which is as many have called it a pandemic. I'm glad to know that your next project is going to be looking critically and deeply into that area. I can't wait to see what that is going to unveil. Before we move on to your humanitarian aspect of your of your life, I'm curious to know, how do you have the funds that you use to to work on your movies, to work on your fashion industry, to not to talk of the humanitarian part that we are going to be heading on to. How do you do it?
Um, it's a very challenging, very challenging, raising the fund to do all what I'm doing. But as Alice said, when you plant something in you, he say in Exodus 14, verse 14, that I'll fight for you, and all the peace you want to acquire would be unto you. Job 22, verse 28, that decree whatever thing you want. Those words are not for fans. It's not for fun. It's not lies. It's when you say something with your mouth and build it with your faith, you actually get it. When you lie down on your chair in your room and it said, God, I want to be an actor. I want to produce this movie. I want to act. I want to, as God is seeing you with your heart, He will give it to you. That's sometimes I don't know why I have the money because I don't have supporters. I don't have sponsors, which I'm pleading. Maybe this platform, someone can see here and come in and sponsor me. Because I'm really to stand up and support the underprivileged and help the children that don't have parents, support them, and raise funds to do more so that people can get inspired and have jobs and be something. Sometimes I do the charity not having anything, but the little one that works, I decide to share with those who do not have. I've had one person that actually supported me from Burundi, which his name is Mr. Chasia. He actually sent amount of money for me to buy top stock and give to the privileged. Like in Cameroon, there's a crisis going on in the northwest and the southwest. We give them food and clothing to them.
Amazing. Yeah, because I've been thinking about this, watching your videos in Nigeria, in Cameroon, and I think other parts. I was just asking myself, this is someone that is a fashion designer like other people, but what he does is, to me, is extraordinary. Where does he have the time and the resources to go out doing what he does? And I even hear that you also sponsor children in other parts of Africa. So I was just saying, it's either from your background to push those kind of things forward, or you're just someone that is that is called by the spirit to do that.
That was,
Now,
yes,
um,
it brought me tears on my eyes, because I grew up in suffering. I never have help from anyone to help me out. I never feel the love of having an elder person that can hold my hand to support me. I always be someone that have to struggle by my own to be able to stand. The challenge will always be sometimes weigh on me. And
yeah,
that's why I decided to always be giving to whoever I see on the street. If I have it, I will share it. And those kids, like in Burkina Faso, that I supported them, in Cameroon, that I have helped more than 460 family with food and money. It's not because I'm rich, I don't have, but I feel like they need the little one that God has given me to eat. They need someone to share with them. A lot of family have been, living in the bush. Their house has been burned down. They don't have where to go, and they need us. They need us to talk to them. If you don't have money, just talk to them and help them. They talk. If you talk to them, feel like they have people to loving them and stuff like that. So that's pretty much where I am now, and I'm still doing it, and I'm praying that God should support me. God should put more success and blessings in me, so I can be able to help more of them, and they still need help.
yeah. It's because when I looked at some of your videos, and I even saw that you were not just supporting those children and the people in the bushes and all of that. I also saw that you had a specific attention on the widows. I remember I watched one of your videos handing out some bags of
Right.
stuff. I don't even know what was in those bags to this women, a crowd of women, and people were struggling. Some were grabbing the bags, and so I mean, I just want you to talk a little more about that, because it is not everyone, as young as you are, as talented as you are. You could have been on the streets like some of your friends, just whatever little money you get from your fashion industry, you spend it, on yourself, and not worry about anybody like some of your colleagues may do. But you have chosen to, instead of doing that, to spend the little money that comes your way, helping out. I'm just, it's so unique. I want to hear more about your push to this.
Um. Sometimes when I sell, I'll just keep that money to send here. During the COVID, there are a lot of people that do not even have jobs. I sent $100, $200 to them, not because I have mine, but I was happy. The more you share, the more you get. You get. The more you give to people, the more you get. So I decided to just keep giving as I'm doing, and I'm praying, asking God to give me more, so that I can give more to really, really help those who need help. Because there's some even lying in the hospital now that don't have money to pay their bills. They have been calling me, texting me. Sometimes I cry, I lie in my bed, you see me tears coming down my eye. You ask me crying, but I'm crying for them. That I wish I could actually have this money to help. Like this last yesterday, there's one lady in Nigeria who ran away from Cameroon. Is in Nigeria because of the war. They're texting me and the son crying over the voicemail to me. So it's been a moody for me since yesterday. Um, I like asking God, please look at me so me so I can help them. There's one of them that actually opened the barber shop right now. I help because he ran away with the wife and the kids. They killed the mother and he ran away with the wife and the kids. So I actually sent him 200,000 naira. He has opened the barber shop and he's managing and feeding his son and the wife. So this one is actually sick and they needed help. So I for the widow, if you never have a mother that don't have or you don't have a father and you're living with your mother in the house, you don't know how difficult and hard a woman that don't have a husband go through with children under, maybe a single mother without no father. You will know exactly what they are passing through. So I've been close to some of them, and even mother. My mother got married to a home that has so many wives that you have to struggle on your own. You cannot depend all on my father. Until he even died, they were eating from hand to mouth. Sometimes we use groundnut to eat fufu with it. Going through a lot. Sometimes we don't even have oil to make sauce, tomato sauce. We have to go to the bush to look for vegetables to come and cook it without no oil to eat. We eat achu from Monday to Friday. No break, no changing of food, which has been something that has been useful with me right now. I can eat achu from now to next week.
That's it.
Because it's what I grew with.
Yeah.
Suffering and difficulties and all that. So it's something that I've been seeing, and that these widows need help. They need to survive. But I know that God will make a way. Giving to them is a legacy. Yeah, having all those things in this world and having people that are suffering over there and are being on my own, it does not help.
I am short of words listening to you, and I begin to see what someone said of you, that you are somebody that believes so much in yourself, and you have that strong conception of yourself. Talk to me about this spirit of self confidence that you have, because it's definitely very admirable.
With confidence, you win everything. I build my confidence because I grew in a place where I don't see any help coming towards me. I don't dream of having any help. Somebody will come and hold my hand. Like when I graduated from primary school, I see no help, nobody. Actually, nobody coming to help me out. I was rolling around the street, left and right, to help myself. Went to the farm, cultivating farm with my mom, and nobody was there. So I built that confidence from the scratch. Usually, do not have anyone that I'm dreaming of helping me. Um, so I have to be on my own. I have to know that I'm on my own. I don't have any helping hands for anywhere. So I developed it when I was right in the village because I grew in the village where there was no one there that can help me. In the palace, you look all in your house, you see people suffering, and you are trying to help yourself. So everything I want to go and do, I don't say no. Are you sure I'm gonna make it? No, I'm going for it. I see people say, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Even when I wanted to start school, that's on my stepbrother. Oh, you are suffering to the school, you are doing this. But today, they are calling me to say, congratulations for you for the education that you stood for. It was hard. I was sleeping on the floor to go to school. I was having no shoes. I mean, my trouser that I was using for school was hair. But I still there. I say I'm not giving up. When with holidays, I'll go to the plantation station to do up job. I'll go to Limbe to sell yams just to get food when I'm going back so I can buy from my textbooks and everything. I was still doing it. And if I didn't do it today, I could be in the village. Like they are all back in the village suffering. Because I don't want it to give up. And that's the spirit I'm still having now. If I don't do anything, any person tell me, don't do it, I say I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Until let me do, even if you do the first time I fail, I'm still gonna do it again. Never give up whatever you want to do. And be very have confidence in yourself because people will make you feel like you cannot do it, you cannot make it. That's how life is all about. They'll look at you, they'll minimize you, they'll belittle you, that you don't have no knowledge, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Everybody is capable of doing something. It's just for you to build that confidence in you and do it without even looking at whatever thing they're saying. And that's what I'm doing. I don't look at what someone tell me. I go for what I want to do. If I fail, I will still do it again.
But the last thing I wouldn't let you go, Max, without talking to us about is your educational achievements. I want to talk about this because sometimes when people get to certain points in their lives, they believe that it is all over. They believe that, well, maybe if they're making it already, that's it. They don't need to go any further anymore. After all, it's they have already arrived, like they're no more traveling. But you're one person that has proven this uh, uh, the other way. Like, despite the fame that you have around you, as popular as you are, Nollywood, fashion design, and all of this, philanthropist and humanitarian, you still took upon yourself to walk straight back into the classroom. I was touched. I was personally touched because I couldn't believe that a star could still put things on the side and walk into the classroom and study. What was your inspiration for that, Max?
I was challenged by my wife.
Oh,
Yeah, and as I said, I don't give up in what I want to do. I don't give up. I have a couple of serious people telling me, "Oh, you don't be. It's good to go and get a degree. You're talented. You graduated from school in Cameroon. You're advanced level, and you never want to do anything. You never go to university. You need to go and get a degree." I never proved to them whether I had a degree or not. But just the way I was having, they want to know exactly if actually I've been a student or not. A lot of people that they are not having any degree, but they are still doing well. They're still having their talents and still doing well. But I have to go to the classroom, and going to the classroom was a bit tough. Uh, with the children at the same time, being in the classroom, doing my assignment, um, answering my question and all that. It was a bit challenging, but I did
you
it.
repped it.
I have it, and it was not just that. I was having two education at the same time. I was doing police academic, and I was still doing the degree, the human service degree.
Oh my God.
So I graduated on the 23rd for police academic in Skyville. Then I graduated from University of Florida on June the 12th.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
And then a degree at the same time. Can't believe this.
yeah,
That you braved it and you did it.
yeah.
Wow. And I want to single out your wife. I want to extend my congratulations to her because it is not every woman that will push the husband that way to, especially a husband that is already exposed and famous like you, to get him to the classroom and to study and come out with this degree and even attached to the police academy. It is what my congratulations. And I want to shout out, first of all, to your wife from Esther's Space, because those are the kind of things we want to see and we want to encourage. I want to give a chance to you to, to speak out to the to our viewers. I know a lot of people, they are eager to ask you questions and stuff like that. How do people get in contact with you, Matt?
I'm a brand ambassador for Gravity Media in Nigeria, based in Lagos. That's my management. I signed it within a year and a half now. So most people go through them, like movie industry, they are coming through them. But just because I'm far away from Lagos, I can't shoot. So when the price, the tickets, it's more expensive than me coming there.
Right.
If you want to get to me, you can go to Instagram. My Instagram page is my first name, Ngwefuni Max. At Ngwefuni Max, that's my IG name. And my Facebook is Ngwefuni Max Igna. My TikTok is Ngwefuni, and my Snapchat is Ngwefuni as well. So you can get to me on that as well. You can send an email. If you send an general email, my management going to reply. Then I will reply as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Max. Dear viewers, Max is definitely going to be coming back to this platform because there is just so much about him. We didn't even tell us where he studied to become a fashion designer, which is something that I would really love us to touch on. And many other things we're going to talk about when we get back here next time when Max gets back here to talk to us more about himself and his projects. Has given you his contact. So if you want to reach out to him, maybe you want to volunteer, maybe you want to come in as a support to what he's doing, depending on which way you are being touched, please feel free to reach out to him. Following the addresses that he just gave you, I'm going to try to project that on the screen also at the end of this presentation, and I'll also get that on Esther Space. So thank you again once more, and it was nice being with you, Mr. Ngwefuni, Max. Thank you for your time again. Same time next week, Saturday.